What you are about to see is a behind the scenes look at the story of the Silver Fog. Now, we have as a group Discord server that allows us to have a little bit extra fun with textual roleplay, texting out what we're doing, texting out roles, things like that, to help bring the story a little bit more fullness. But there are some things that have a little bit higher magnitude and require us to do our best to try to bring it to the screen and bring it to life. What we're about to witness is one of those things of magnitude. What did Bofur get into after unplanned interrogations? What happened? The shot glass he put out with 4 gold. Let's watch and see what happens. Where we left off last night was I took a shot glass
hmm
and put 4 gold in it.
You did. And as you put the coins in, sip on your drink and wait amongst the chaos that is happening around you. All around you, there's probably easily like 40 people surrounding the couple tables around Tyrius, Scarlet, what looks to be two mercenaries and a pendrake. And this female knight that is sitting next to Tyrius. They seem to be having a drink off of some sort. And it's pretty rowdy over here. Um, are you doing anything while you wait out of curiosity?
No, I'm sitting back. I am sitting back and I'm observing quietly. I'm sipping my drink, and I know last night I said I wanted to be exactly 30 feet away. The reason for that is because my movement speed is 30. So I want to stay
Yeah,
exactly.
you're literally like maybe two chairs down from like the edge of the crowd, where Calliope and or not Calliope, where Tyrius, I'm so used to her being the focal point of parties and fuckery. Um, but yeah, so you're like I said, maybe 4 or 5 feet away from like the edge of the crowd.
Yes,
So
and all I'm doing right now is I am relaxing. I'm having a drink. Beaufort just had a big moment um, with his group and trying to explain to them like we we really I can't say I can't stress this enough. We should go south. We should go south. And so with them talking about, well, what about the north or what about the east and all these other things, Beaufort is contemplating while trying to pay attention to what's happening with Tyrius. Obviously, I want to make sure that my buddy's okay, but just really in and of himself, just in his own head, and now is calling upon Mason, his informant, to just square some things away.
and almost as you kind of like contemplate Mazen, like a ghost apparating out of nowhere, you hear heavy footfalls before a cloaked figure emerges on the other side of the table, sitting down. He himself carrying a couple shot glasses of various liquors, primarily whiskeys, as he sets a few shot glasses down and goes, my. Twice in just a few days.
Hey, buddy, it's good to see you. Good to see you. I just miss you. I just miss you. I I have I have some things for you. Um, some pretty big things. I think. I mean, you may already know. Gosh, you may already know. You mean you're the town spy, but here's something for you, and you don't have to answer or whatever. But um, there is there is some, I guess, caution around somebody named oh, what's his name? And I'm gonna pull out my journal, pull out my journal, and say my friends seem to be kind of leery of a fella named Gaston Pendrake, third son. I don't. I've never met this man. Any? Um, I guess first question of the day is, why are they so afraid of him?
likely because they're smart. That one is an unusual character amongst the Pendrakes, specifically amongst the Firstborn. Most of them linger on aspects of honor, duty. He is reckless, arrogant, a problem.
Mm, okay. The That's kind of concerning. It's kind of concerning. But I I, I only ask because I don't know that I don't know this guy. You know I've never been to this town. I don't know how the politics work here. Um,
He is the third son of the human kings, direct descendant to one of the nine who rule the realms.
so let me get this straight. This place is being run by wealthy humans.
One of them.
Good lord.
There's also the king of dwarves, the elves, the draconic king, Durgar, the darkskins of the Durao.
Hmm.
Multiple kings from multiple races, each with their own kingdom, power, responsibilities, and duties.
Okay. Um. So. Huh. That's a lot to take in, but that's okay. That's okay. And Bofur's gonna lean back a little bit and go, Did Aaron put anything in my journal, or was she just using my journal as a reference?
I don't think she added to it. It doesn't look like she did.
I don't think so
I
either.
will ask her if she decided to make any notes anywhere along the lines. But we'll say for right now there is nothing added to it.
Okay. I'm going to. I'm. I'm gonna grab my notebook and I'm gonna slide it across the table and go. Don't take that. This is just for you to look at for now because I need that back. But I want you to look at this, and I'm going to flip to the pages of the autopsy of the foglets that I did, and of the map, childish map that was. It started out childish and then turned into an actual map that after Aaron had helped me, and I don't know what it's from or what it's about. Like all the stuff that I have no idea where it came from or why it's in my journal. I'm going to pull that stuff out and say, what is this? I don't know what this is, and I don't know how it happened. And I'll even take a gold coin out and hand it to him of the shot glass, and like I'm paying for this one. Like this is like big deal. Pay for this answer. What is this? I don't know how this stuff got in my journal. I don't. I have no idea how it got there. I don't know what it means. I don't know. I mean, I understand that these are creatures, and I obviously did something, and I did something, but I don't know what this means. I need you to look at this and tell me what this is.
He's gonna look it over. Specifically, you see him kind of like comparing a couple different pages to one another. One of which is the actual the sketch of the fog demon, and it's basically its dissection of all the notes that you took. And he's comparing it with probably like 10 or 15 pages before that, and he's just flipping between the two before he goes.
The writing is consistent. It appears you are the one who wrote this.
And he kind of like crimps the page in half and goes,
It's all consistent throughout the pages. No discrepancies.
At least I can say I'm consistent.
Hmm.
But I don't.
hands the journal back to you.
But before he hands it back, I'll say,
Likely.
Do you know what this map is?
Looks like a personal map. Uh, Part of it is rather crude, the rest of it is quite well done. Looks like an area south of the city, possibly. I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's fine. And I'll take it back. Like, here's the situation, Mason. Here's what's going on. We had we had My journal with all this stuff in it. Calliope had I mean a dumbfounding amount of parts, pieces of these weird creatures and blood vials. Aaron had 2 blood vials in her pocket. Like, we don't know. Like, we woke up yesterday and I kind of like gesture over my shoulder to like the desk area with the door and stuff like that. It's like, we woke up in there with a bag of 22,000 gold and was told it was ours, and don't know what the gold is for. Don't know what any of this stuff in my book or the loot that we got or the pieces of creature pieces we got. We don't know where any of this came from. I don't know. You know me well enough by now to know I do not like my mind messed with. I don't know what's happening.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know why.
Oh no. Oh no. Above board. Oh no. Okay. Do you.
I'll keep this in mind. Ask around.
Okay. As far as anything else goes, man, do you know. Did we ever learn Morgan's last name?
She has never been it. She has only been introduced as Morgan the Black Witch.
Okay. Do you by chance know Morgan the Black Witch?
Know of her, yes.
Okay. Because I don't know if you've been watching us. She's been kind of around our group and, being not a part of our party, but she is like somebody who is, I guess, with us, but not with us. It's weird. She's with us, not on paper. She also knows Cavella, but has never met her, and she seemed to be, very leery. One second, let me pull this up. I see she's very leery of other gods, and I'm not a fan of some of them, but she's, I guess, cool with Morodin in a sense. But she's like old friends of the dwarves, if that can paint a picture in your head. She, how can I say this? She is so powerful to the point of I felt her presence when she arrived in town. And now she's talking about, she's telling me all this stuff like, she hasn't met Cavella but knows her, but it still brought a smile to her face as if she may know something. Have you heard anything about, home or anything in the last couple days?
Ella is known far and wide. It is not uncommon that people would know her name.
True. I'm just. I know you see the commotion over there with my friend. I apologize if I keep looking over there. I'm just checking on him. I don't know those.
It's fine. It is a good cover.
I know. I know. You possibly know the Scarlet Witch. I know her, but I don't know the other people.
An unusual one, for sure.
Yeah, it seems that way. Also, buddy, I have some news about, I guess, my relationship with Morodin. I don't know if you would feel privy to it, but I'm gonna tell you this, and hopefully maybe it puts some puzzle pieces together with maybe some other things. Here's I purchased a commune spell scroll from the Church of Many the other day, and I communed with Morodin. And I asked a couple questions to get some answers to. And what I found out is three things, or at least what I could glean from what I saw in the visions there in the spell. I I I gleaned some information. Here's three things I gleaned. Number one, Morodin didn't. He wasn't there for my trial. You remember my trial. He wasn't there, which to me didn't make any sense until I just had a conversation with a certain shadow person that filled me in on, I guess, the king of shadows is not able to view the world. So now that puzzle piece for me seems to fit. I don't know if it does, but it seems to. Number two is Morodin still views me as righteous. In that, still views me as a part of his, of his kind. I'm still a part of the. I'm technically still a part of the faith. I haven't been cut off from him, which makes a little sense. And I'll actually kind of like a little bit of flame kind of rupture from my fingers, like a lighter, and it's still white from the tip of my finger, but from the like base of my thumb, you kind of start to see like this black smoky gobbledygook kind of creep up my thumb and snuff out the white fire. I'm like, I'm not cut off. Something's wrong. Morodin can't see, but I'm still righteous. And the note you gave me the other day, Morodin filled me in that, at least from what I can tell, I'll tell you the vision. I asked him, is this danger immediate or future? And he said, and the vision I had was of an anvil with a hammer pinging off of it, but in the far, far distance. So I don't know if that means way down the line or if that means tomorrow, because all it really says is future. It's not happening right now, but future. So, couple things to think about. Number one, this fog that has crept into this lovely world that we're in has maybe possibly cut off celestials and devils from viewing what's happening. Possibly, I don't know. But if that's the case, that means that their magic can still flow through it, but they can't see what's being done with their magic, with their will. You know what I mean? What I wanted to ask you after letting you know this was the note you gave me. Is there a time frame?
Time frame for what?
For my imminent death.
Nothing precise.
Okay. So I have time. Even if it is a little, I have time. Well,
That and you have quite a group around you now.
oh, for sure. For sure. I think I'm, for the first time in years, a little nervous because they seem like good people. I can't put my thumb on it. I don't really know how I met them, but I know that they're good people. Which again ties back into the thing. We don't know. That's another thing. We don't know how we met each other, but we know that we did, and we know that I'm a part of the group. Like, I'm a part of the group. Like, they're all not leery of me, but they know me, and they know my story, and they know these things. But we can't tell you how I showed up here. We don't know how I got here.
Mason kind of looks at the table and thought, grabs a shot glass and puts it in front of you, and grabs another shot glass and puts it up to kind of like clink.
Yeah.
Slams the shot glass back and tips it over, puts it down, and goes,
Perhaps it would be be wise for a change of scenery. Someplace out of the eye, or perhaps someplace that has too many eyes.
Yeah, I agree. I've actually so that you know, um,
Don't give details.
I'm not giving details. I'm just telling you a direction. Tomorrow we'll be heading south. Um, we'll be heading south, and I'm gonna be studying. I'm gonna be studying. Um, I don't particularly want to go home. I don't know that it's safe for me or my now new friends to venture into my home. Because if you're associated with me, I don't know if that's good or bad. Um, but nonetheless, for my friend to know where I am, I am heading to, I'm heading in the direction of south to study. Um, I want to, I want to, just as a parting gift to Mason. He's probably outliving his own life. He may make roles about stuff in his own life or whatever. Uh, I'm gonna reach across the table and I'm gonna put my hand on his and kind of clasp it for a second. And as I do, I'm gonna cast guidance, just as a friend to friend thing. And I'll say, whatever you do, whatever you're taking on as a challenge, whatever you move, do it with grace and do it with caution.
He looks at you real quick, and there's like a brief glitter in his eye as he goes,
Think wise your next 3 questions, my friend.
I Bofur takes a second, sips on his ale, kind of smirks, thinks about it. One of my party members had a vision. A bad one. A bad one. At least in my eyes. I don't know what this means for him or for what it means for how he moves forward in his life. Prior to this vision, to my knowledge, he didn't worship this god, didn't worship the hunters or the hunter. Is it the huntress or the hunter?
Hunter. The Great Hunter.
The Great Hunter. He didn't worship the Great Hunter. He has this vision of slaughtering goblins, and personally he does have a vendetta against goblins, which is fine and dandy, not a big deal. But the bad part is that he's explained to us that a couple times briefly that in these visions, in that particular vision and with another vision or so, that he's being called to make sacrifices to this. I've never heard of the Great Hunter. I don't know. I haven't been studying the gods in a long time. I don't know if this means he has to sacrifice people, if it's just a sacrifice of his enemies, if it's I don't know what this means. Is this a bad move for him to move towards this god, or should he have abstained from that and maybe continue on with his worship to his previous god?
Mason reaches into the shot glass and takes out a coin and vanishes into his palm.
Great Hunter is an old, old god. He plays by different requirements and needs. He calls to few His sacrifices are often the flesh and blood of those he slays, an offering to a great hunger who will never hunt again.
Mason reaches into his pocket of his jacket and pulls out a small notebook, flips it open. Small piece of charcoal in his hand. He starts sketching real quick. A few seconds goes by as he turns it to you, and you see in like it's just really an outline with good shading, but you see a throne of black bramble vines, and sitting in it is a massive demonic minotaur, but it has just this endless and wicked set of antlers and horns sprouting from starts off kind of like how a moose's would, but it's just a mane of horns behind it.
Oh my gosh. So is he? I mean, gosh, that's off-putting to say the least. Is he in danger of something, or is it just simply that he's going to be worshiping a new god?
Hunter has called to him.
Hmm. Okay.
Then it is simply strong enough. His will, want, or hatred, whatever it might be, was strong enough to draw the attention of an old being.
Hmm.
He kind of like smiles a little wickedly at the idea of it.
Oh, power, 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 power. It'll always get them. I, I got another one for you. Here you go. What do you know about the Palm of Shadows?
I do not know this.
What? Wait.
What is it? A cult? Enemy?
Above board. Is that what we've been calling it the whole time? Is like like the hand palm of shadows, something like that?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
The
Oh,
shadowed hand, but yes.
shadowed hand. Yeah, there you go. You don't wait. Bofur stops what he's doing, and it's in like just for like a blip of a second, he's gonna stop paying attention to Tyrius. You don't know about the shadowed hand organization, the group thing?
I have never heard of this.
Oh my gosh! Bofur pulls out his notebook, takes out a quill, draws a sketch of a hand, draws a throne in the middle of the palm, and then puts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on from going from thumb to pinky, and then oh, I don't remember the order in which these people were listed. I remember the harlot. I remember the index or the pointer. Um, uh, Yom was on the middle finger. What was the thumb again? Aaron told us.
The enforcer.
The enforcer. That's right. And I write that on each of the fingers, kind of like I draw a hand and then draw a line, name, line, name, line, name, and I show it to him. I say, there is an organization, that we've been calling the Shadowed Hand. Um, Miss Aaron had a vision. Remember, I told you we had a vision. Woke up in that room with all the gold. All of us had different visions. Aaron had a vision of her standing at the pinky finger of a shadow hand with a throne in the middle, and there was somebody seated on that throne. And each finger represents something. Each finger has different kinds of power and different kinds of influence. But it all deals in shadow. All of it. Every single one of them involves shadow of some kind, whether it be being able to manipulate and move through shadows, whether it be using some kind of magic that involves causing shadow, something. They all involve shadows. And Aaron is terrified because this throne seater the person who's sitting on the throne has now asked, not even really asked, he's given her really no choice, but has told Aaron that he is in dire need of her maps to put the world back together, which is what led me to believe that certain individuals in the pantheon or even the devils, whatever, they can't see what's happening to this world because of the fog. I don't inherently think that it's bad. He doesn't, from what I've heard from a different shadow person, is that he's not wanting to cause harm or violence. He's good at it, but is not one to start it or to cause it. But here's the thing. Aaron is in full belief that this guy wants to take over the world and destroy it with Shadow. With my wisdom, I don't necessarily see that as the case, but it has terrified her. Her vision left her shaking. She was holed up in our room upstairs all day, almost a full 24 hours, just going through, my journal, her journal, all the loot and body parts of creatures and things, trying to put this puzzle piece together of what's going on, all because of this vision. She lit almost 20 candles in that room and placed them strategically throughout the entire room to not cause any shadow anywhere in the room. It terrified her. This group is someone to pay attention to, or at least something to pay attention to. I don't know much else about it. Maybe I can give you more information as it comes, but I don't know much about it.
She's looking at it wrong.
In what?
If she's truly afraid of this shadow, amuse him. Give him what he seeks. I'll make it unimportant. A map of a ruin, a map of a room, a map of a road. Things that are useful but not. Don't complete the picture. Amuse him. Work the favor until she is not afraid. When she learns more. Information is important.
Bofur nods. Agreed. Wholeheartedly agree. I think that from what I've heard from another person of shadow, I guess is what you call them, there's no violence to be had. It's just this Shadow King, I guess, can't see what's going on. The way it was explained to me is this. Imagine looking out into the world, seeing the trees, seeing the animals, seeing people, all these other things, blinking, opening your eyes, and it's black. Can't see. You don't know, can't tell you where this is, can't tell you where that is, don't know if the birds are singing, don't know if the dragons are flying. We don't know. He cannot see the world. And so he told Aaron, because she is a map maker, he wants her maps to put the world back together, and I'm assuming so that he can see. I personally don't find any quarrel with giving him the maps, because he offered her immense power for such a thing. He offered her Mason. He offered her insane power if she would just hand over the maps, or if she creates new maps to let him see them.
Amuse him.
Yeah.
Get what she requires, even if she does not want it.
Yeah.
Get what she can. Learn more.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like you should give me a gold coin now. No, I'm playing. Bofur laughs and takes a drink of his ale.
Mason takes another full shot, turns the glass upside down, kind of shifts his weight a little bit as he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small hand-rolled cigarette, and with a spark between his fingers, he lights and inhales.
Love that.
It's an interesting predicament.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I want to. I want to tear out. I want to tear out that page that I drew the hand on, fold it, and I'm gonna slide it across the table and hand it to him, and say, "I can always redraw it. I have the knowledge. You take this, and that way you have a point of reference." Um, and then here's here's something else that's been bothering me, Mason. I think this is just going to be my last question because this is, and you can sit and drink and with me and we can talk about old times or whatever, but this is the only more pressing question I have. We we talked a couple days ago, and you said it a minute ago. We talked a couple days ago. Mason, I don't remember most of our conversation. That's another part of things I've lost in the last couple days. I remember you handing me a note. I remember asking you about Cabela. But for most of our conversation, I don't remember any words that were spoken. All I can remember is looking at you. I don't know what. I don't know. I just don't know. I have no idea. Mason, did I say something incriminating? Pull did someone pull out of my own head? Because if that's the case, someone's getting, and I tap my Zweihander, someone's getting their head taken from them if they play with my mind.
A lot of similarities from other stories I've heard.
Is there any kind of common thread?
Just but no solid memory. Blurry, fuzzy, muffled. Vast swatches of days missing.
Do you have an inkling of an idea as to who is tampering with my head? Because I'm gonna be very frank, Mason. You're a man's man. You're a great guy, and you are my friend. I consider you my friend. One of my only friends that I've had, especially in the last 7 years. I cannot stress the severity of rage in my heart to a person who thought it would be wise to take and mess with my brain. The man who already has too much going on in his head and has had too much go on in his head. They pulled from the wrong brain, and I seek to stop whoever is playing with my mind. Whoever's doing it is going to be stopped. And if coincidentally it happens to be that other people's minds stop being messed with, that's fine too. But I I am not the one that you play with their mind, because I am the one that when I find out who you are, your head will leave your body.
I cannot say for certain, my friend. But I can point you in a direction. If you find yourself out in the fogs or in a city and you see a red door where there should not be one, go to it.
Okay, Bofur pulls out his notebook and writes that down, closes it. Mason, I can't express to you enough how much I deeply appreciate your friendship, your kinship. I cannot express to you enough how much I appreciate you, and I thank you for filling me in about home and things like that. I really do. And if you hear anything about Cavella or anything along those lines, feel free to reach out. Feel free to whatever the case may be, just if it's any information that's going to lead me to saving her or preserving her, that would be great, and it would be very much appreciated, because she's the only one who at that time advocated for my innocence, and I can't just let that go. So if you hear anything, if you feel the urge to let me know, please let me know.
He takes another shot glass and pushes it towards you.
To Cavella and to your journeys.
To wisdom and to the death of anybody who's stupid enough to play with me. And takes a drink. Yeah, and I'll sit there and BS with, if he's gonna stick around. I'll even. Oh, actually, let me go here. Where is? There it is. I am going to actually. I thought about this last night. Does he have like weapons on him, or is it mostly just like concealed?
You see that he has a pack of hand-rolled tobacco cigarettes. You see he has what looks to be like a walking stick tucked into his belt. He has kind of like a loose overcoat of brown leather, and a cloak that kind of hides his old and tattered wings. You don't really see a weapon on him.
Okay, I'm going to take my sword in the sheath off my belt, my long sword. I'm gonna take that off. I'm going to. I would assume that there's like knives, forks, spoons around. I'm gonna grab a knife, and I'm going to not unsheath my sword, but kind of just pull it out of its sheath a little bit where the blade is exposed, and I'm going to scratch onto the blade. I'm going to scratch onto the blade. Home is where freedom can be found. And on the other side, the enemy is not God. The enemy is his people. I'm going to shut it, and I'm going to scratch my initials, BS. I'm going to scratch BS onto the hilt. I'm going to put it on the table in front of Mason. I'm going to say, take this with you wherever you go. If you find Covella in a state of peril, in a state of distress, no weapon, whatever, in your travels and your journeys, if you don't mind, give that to her. She'll know.
I'll pass word along if such time comes.
I have no more need for it. As you can see, and I slapped the giant hilt hanging, by the way, like hanging over my head. Slap the hilt.
Oh, I figured you had like taken it off and like leaned it against the table
Oh yeah,
next to
that
you.
too. I'll do that too. It's just leaned there, and I say, I don't have need for it anymore. I'm gonna move to a more station fit for my situation. I've done some upgrading. As you can probably see, and I put my hands in my hoodie pocket, and I'm like, I've done some upgrading. But this sword has been the one that's traveled with me for a long time. In fact, it's been there probably since before everything happened. She'll recognize it. She'll recognize the initial, and hopefully the messages written on there will give her some kind of hope and some kind of direction at the same time, if she's able to get her hands on it. So anyways, I don't. I don't really have any other questions that I can think of. Oh wait, wait a minute. There is one question that I have left. Let me go back to my notes. Hold on. There is one question. Um, you know of the Battle of North. You know. You know full well what's going on. Is the Church of Morodin, the people of Morodin, are they fighting?
Minor skirmishes. No official calls to banners or clan meetings,
Okay. What's Thizzle
as
doing?
it has been. Who knows?
I figured you would know. He laughs and takes a drink again. I figured you would know. If anybody, I don't know.
He's been off the radar, laying low.
Of course he has. Sick. Gosh.
As rodents do.
Yep. I What about he had some followers that followed him, to the ends of the earth. They took his word as gospel. I'm guessing they're also off the radar as well.
Living life as normal.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. You also know where Gaston's coming. He's coming here. He's on his way. He'll be here. They're rumored tomorrow evening. What can we you probably have met, or at least known, this group that I'm in this town. You've seen them around, just not interacted. What relationship do they have to this guy?
From the little bit I've heard, they stood their ground. They called him out. They challenged him. Can't have that.
I'm guessing he's not one for being challenged.
Definitely not. Especially by mere peasantry.
Well, I'll tell you this much. If he's got something to do with any of the previous things I've talked about, his head might leave his shoulders. I don't know. He might mysteriously wind up in a ditch.
He is arrogant and reckless.
Okay.
But he is an adept warrior at night. Trained in multiple skills, weapons, and fighting styles. Do not take his arrogance lightly. It is there for a reason.
Good to know. I'm guessing, oh, you're the perfect guy to ask. You're the perfect guy to ask. Mason, I am in need of some things, and maybe you can point them out to me, or if you have them, I will buy them off of you gladly. I am in need of a couple diamonds. Probably, how many? Lothar the second son didn't give me any specific number of diamonds, did he? He just said diamonds.
I think he just needs a sizable diamond. I shall check my materials reference page. And he needs a diamond of... what one were you trying to make out of the diamond again? Is that your regeneration ring?
I think that was for the Ring of Vitality, and then the Angel
Yep.
Feathers was for the Truth Rune on the blade.
Yes, yes. So it needs to be a diamond of equivalent to 500 gold pieces. So that can be dust or multiple diamonds equaling up to.
Okay. So I'm in search of some diamonds and some angel feathers. Look, if you have them, I'll buy them off you right now. I got the gold on me. But if you don't, but you know where to find them, I need them as soon as possible. And I pull out my stiletto dagger and I show him. I'm like, so you see this hilt, the way it's made. It's made to put two halves of two truth runes on either side of the hilt, so that there's no discrepancy on whether this side of the blade has more magic or this side has more, and the other lesser, vice versa. I'm putting a truth rune on the blade to act as an intimidation and interrogation tool for my purposes, obviously. And also, I have ordered a ring of vitality, but I don't have the diamonds for it. I don't necessarily know where to find them, or he said I need something of equal or greater value of a diamond worth about 500 gold pieces. So probably not quite pristine, but not, not lowly.
Edmund, the jeweler, he would be the one to talk to. He has say in every gem that comes through those gates.
Okay. What about the angel feathers?
That one is difficult. It is coveted by most of the churches in the regions, especially in other countries where active fights between fiends, devils, and demons rage active.
Okay. Do you happen to have any?
Not on me.
Okay. How much would
You're
you
valuable for my blood.
How much would you need to part with just two
Of what?
of the angel feathers?
Oh, he doesn't have any.
Oh, he said on him, so I figured he had some just
No,
away.
no.
Oh, you jerk!
What do you mean, you jerk?
I'm about to buy them for my friend.
Mason's a cheapskate. He doesn't carry fucking goods on him like that. You crazy?
That's fair. That's fair. Bofur says, "Okay."
There's a reason that copper ring holds all the gold. That's why the fucking coins disappear in his hand.
Yeah, yeah.
The shot glass is empty, by the way.
Okay. And Bofur says, if at all possible, are there any kind of convoys that, or no, the shot glass is empty. Okay. All right. He said that there.
You're more than welcome to add a coin to it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'll add one. Just out of curiosity. Curiosity sometimes kills the cat, but also sometimes emboldens the cat. I'll say, do you know where I could acquire angel feathers quickly?
Quickly, no.
Damn it. Okay. No convoys coming here that are carrying that kind of supplies, I imagine. The Church of Many, the quack that's there, he said, they don't have any, which kind of sucks. And they wouldn't get any more for like 14 days or 10 days, something like that. It'd be a ridiculously long time to wait for that. And who knows who's going to try to be in line to buy those. Okay. Yeah. That's it. And I'm going to take off the I'll fix it later, but I'm going to take the longsword out of my inventory and say, well, Mason, it was a lovely chat. Always love talking to you. Always love getting to hang out with you. You're a good friend, good guy. Again, get this thing to Cavella if you see her in distress. That right there, in the hands of that woman, it'll be plenty for what she can do.
He takes the long sword and stands up and puts it on his belt loop.
Making this old man look like a warrior again.
It looks good. It suits you. Makes you look a little bit more like me every time.
Maybe if I ever get that short.
Oh, come on now. And I stand up and I reach up to shake his hand.
Gives you a firm handshake and looks at you.
Be safe.
I will, old friend. Hey, and remember, guidance and wisdom.
Guidance and wisdom.
And I'll sit back down as he disappears.
As he do.
I'm gonna make one last final look to Tyrius. Is everything still good over there?
Oh yeah, drinking is still going on. Cheers and booze are happening. You see a whole bunch of the Pendrake guards and mercenaries just starting to get sloppy drunk over this little competition. Yeah, I will add with your passive. The other team's looking a little rough. However, Tyrius, Scarlet, and this mysterious female knight all seem to be holding their own quite well.
Can I roll um a perception on this mysterious person?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to. Well, you tell me if it's investigate or if it's perception, but I want to. What I'm trying to glean is this: if there's any kind of armament on her that has to do with, you know, what station she is, what rank, things like that. I want to see if I can glean any kind of extra information about this person before I eventually meet this person.
Absolutely. That would be I would say a perception check if you're just trying to look through the crowd and like gleam her from where you are. But if you're trying to investigate, you're gonna have to like shift positions and kind of like get into the crowd to like get a better look at her.
I'll just do. I don't want to get in the middle of it. I don't want to get in the middle of it. Well, huh. You know what? Because I can see pros and cons for either or. We're gonna leave this to a coin flip. I got a coin flip app on my phone.
Nice.
So we'll say heads is I'm gonna get into the crowd and go not introduce myself, but I'm gonna introduce myself to the situation. Tails will be I'm gonna hang back and just make a perception. It's heads. All right. So I'm going to get up from my seat. I'm going to finish my ale. Which, by the way, that I've had 2 ales tonight. That's all I've had. So I'm not quite.
2 ales and 2 shots.
Yeah, 2 shots. I might be a little buzzed, just a little bit.
You're a dwarf. You're a dwarf. Don't shit me.
But this dwarf hadn't drank very much in a long time, so.
It's gonna change, Clive. He's gonna fucking whip you into shape.
Oh, for sure. But I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna, not stealthily, but gingerly, casually.
Not like rush over.
Right. Yeah. So as to not spook anyone. I'm gonna
Makes sense.
make my way over there, and I'm going to stand. I'm gonna kind of stand in the crowd, but I'm gonna stand behind Tyrius. Seeing as he's facing this person, I'm going to kind of stand behind Tyrius. I have my sword back on me. I have all my stuff still on. Everything that was out is now on my person. And I'm going to stand there behind Tyrius, and I'm going to make an investigation. We'll see what happens. I have... Oh, this is... Let's see what happens. Come on. Okay, that's a 4. Now... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Do that shit.
I'm going to use my inspiration because I understand at this point in the drinking competition that there is no danger. However, drunk people, when they get drunk, especially people who are already violent, can cause some not great things to happen. So I'm going to use my inspiration. I'm going to roll again. Please, dear God. That's a 9. That's wow. Okay. Well.
A 9? All right. A 9's not terrible.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
I'll allow it.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself. What's the
D4?
D4. Okay. I'm gonna cast guidance on myself. Let me roll this D4. Please, Morodin. Please be a 4.
Oh, it's a cantrip at will. Nice.
Yeah, let me please, Morodin, make this be a 4.
Oh.
A 3, we'll take it. It's 12.
Yeah. So
12.
12. With a 12, it takes you a moment to like really key in on her armor to figure out where she comes from. You see that she appears to be a half elf. She has this like silver platinum colored hair that's in a kind of loose, messy bun. She wears what appears to be some sort of like inlaid steel and leather armor. The part that catches you is the emblem just above the heart. It is of a Oh gods, I forgot the iconography. One moment, I need to check something. It is
Above board, this is Elena, right?
yes, Elena
Okay,
Marshall.
cool. I'm gonna go
That's
ahead
the
and
name you get. You don't actually know what it is, what her name
right.
is
This
yet,
is
though.
strictly for picture purposes.
Yes. Da, da, da. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. It is of a griffin standing over a slain black dragon.
Mm,
Give me a history check.
okay. Let me pull my Roll20 screen back up real quick. History. There it is. A 5. Are you kidding me? Wait, guidance is still going. Guidance is still
Yep.
going. 4, please. 3, we'll take it. It's an 8. Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, you're drawing a blank on that particular house's name.
Mm, lovely. So So once again, Griffin with a dragon on top.
So a griffin, with ornate wings, standing above a dead black dragon, as
Dead
if the
black dragon.
griffin has just slain the dragon
Okay,
itself.
I thought it was the other way around. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Can't recall. Cannot recall. Um. Well.
Great bit of RP history for later.
Yeah. I'm going to. I don't have to not to metagame, but I don't have that telepathic reach out like Calliope does, right? I'm pretty sure we
Um,
discussed that already. I have the ability to communicate with my mind when someone comes in, but I
yeah.
don't have a way of going out.
I do believe that is how it works. The reason Calliope's is so powerful is because she is the Kalishtar.
Right,
Um,
right.
but give me a second. I will pull up that feat real quick just to double check the English I have laid for it, which is what did I name? Okay.
While you're pulling that up, how does Tyrius look in this drinking battle?
Give me an insight check.
Oh gosh, I have a passive of 16. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Okay,
With the passive of
19
16,
is what I got.
he's definitely playing these guys for a fool. Like he's like sloshing around and being like really over the top. He's definitely a lot more sober than he is leading on right now.
Okay, cool, cool. Because I was about to cast a lay on hands and heal him of his drunkenness. Because alcohol's technically it can poison you, so I can clear off some of that drunkenness. That with that 19 insight, would that lead me to believe that he's making rolls with maybe disadvantage because he is still drinking and getting maybe drunk?
With a 19, he is not alone in this charade.
Oh, okay, got you. Scarlet, heard that.
Scarlet for sure. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Um, I think what I'm gonna do then is I'm going to
So yours would allow you to do a 30-foot radius. So it'd just be the baseline, like
Telepathy.
yeah. So if it's within 30 feet, you can connect with someone in a direct line. But otherwise,
Okay.
yeah, you're stuck to vision and yeah. Basically, have to be within a 30-foot bubble of them in order for you to be able to use it.
Yeah. So since we just leveled up, we'll put that as flavor for the leveling up. Since I didn't know that prior, I didn't remember that. I'm going to get behind Tyrius and kind of act like I'm clapping and cheering on. And I'm gonna, in his mind, I'll say, "Do you want any kind of uh, healing for your drunkenness, or are you good?"
Nah, these guys are easy.
Okay. Cool.
That and I can't look like I need help. I mean, look who's sitting on either side of me.
And hey, I can make it. I can make it stealthy.
Oh, I don't need stealth. I need a glass of water, to be honest.
Oh, great. Um, and then uh, I'll step away, and I'm going. I guess at that point, I'll head back to the room, to the bed. I'm going to, in my book. Actually, I'm going to go back to the study for a second to sit down and write down everything that me and Mason discussed, um, and about how he didn't know the shadowed hand, does not know. That's wild to Bofur. That is revolutionary to Bofur, that this guy didn't know something. Um, and then add on to that the things like Fizzle is off radar. Cavella still hasn't made contact. Like just bits and pieces of our conversation that are important to him. We're gonna put those down. But then also that he also has some kind of issue. Am I understanding this correctly? That he also is having issues with the memory.
He has heard of other adventurers who have been afflicted with similar symptoms.
Okay, so not him, but other people.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's not just us. There are others. I'll put that down, and then at that point, I'll be heading back to the room. Once I finish writing that down, I go to the room and I clock out for the night. I Bofur is at this point not how can I put this? Not worried, because talking to Mason has caused almost a bolstering effect, but also is um, also is still in that sense of worry, like someone has messed with our minds. And I don't know who it is, but they will regret it, because I've already had enough go on with my mind. I don't need anybody else messing with it. Calliope's jumping in to talk to me in my mind is fine. Things like that are fine. Coming in and taking something that's not theirs and taking it away is not okay. So Bofur is going to go to the room, and if I don't know if Erin expressed that she cleaned up her mess or not. If the mess is not clean, I'm going to start my studying, and I'm going to start trying to piece some things together based on what mine and Mason's conversation was, that we're not the only ones. The
I
map.
mean, mind you, it is getting fairly late,
Oh,
so you
okay.
may want to
Yeah,
sleep
then I'll
as
go to sleep then. But
well.
I will
Yeah.
plan for that. I'm planned on in the morning going and going and taking care of some other things like studying and things like that. So this will be part of it anyway. So we'll just tack that on. Thanks for watching this behind the scenes look at the story of the Silver Fog. We hope that there's more of this to come, and I hope you enjoyed. We're going to do our best to try to get other characters involved, and other PCs, NPCs, whatever the case may be. We're going to do our best to get them more involved in this as well. We enjoy making this content. We love trying our hardest to bring this story to life for you, the audience. And I hope you follow along.